Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So, as you guys probably know by watching my videos, I'm not too crazy about talking about the heavyweight division. It is a very dead division, but every once in a while, every once in a couple of years, you get a fight or even a couple fights that are at least interesting enough for you to sit down and maybe watch the whole fight, right? And I think right now we have a couple fights that are brewing right now in the heavyweight division that can at least capture a boxing fan's attention. Now, this is not to say any of these guys are the next Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, or anything like that, because they're not, right? I mean, we still don't have that type of fighter in the heavyweight division. But like I said, we do have some entertaining fights, all right? So basically, let me go ahead and give you guys the news if you didn't already know. So Seth Mitchell, who just a year ago was considered the biggest American hope, he just lost to Banks, came back and beat Banks in a very unimpressive performance, and now he's set to fight Chris Arreola, okay? Now, I'm just going to fast forward through all of this. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think that Seth Mitchell is the same since he got knocked out by Banks. And I predict that Arreola will run right over Seth Mitchell. I see Arreola probably knocking out Seth Mitchell in at least the first 3 rounds. All right, that's my assessment on that fight. All right, now the main fight that I really want to see is what they're talking about right now. Deontay Wilder will fight the winner of Seth Mitchell and Chris Arreola. And I already told you guys, I truly believe that Chris Arreola, he should win that fight pretty easy. It looked to me like almost every time when Banks caught Seth Mitchell in the rematch, or even in the first match, in that matter, Seth Mitchell was hurt. All right. So Banks is not really a power puncher. Arreola is. And he's very durable and he has a great chin. I'm not, like I said, I'm not praising any of these fighters. I'm not saying Arreola is a future legendary heavyweight or anything like that. I'm just saying he's an entertaining fighter. And, I think Deontay Wilder versus Arreola would be a great fucking matchup. I think this is a great test for Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, he loves to go for the knockout. So does Arreola. So, this is a great test for Deontay Wilder. A couple videos back, I wanted to do a video on Deontay Wilder, basically talking about the fact that he hasn't really stepped up yet. And it would kind of annoy me just slightly when I would see him running around the ring celebrating, fighting complete bums. He's celebrating after he knocks him out like he just knocked out Joe Frazier, and he's fighting a dude with 10 losses and 3 wins, right? So I was getting a little irritated, seeing Deontay Wilder running around the ring celebrating after beating a bum. It made me really question his confidence. So it's good to see him stepping up now and fighting real tough competition. All right, as tough as it gets, actually. I mean, don't get me wrong. Wilder, he was a regular sparring partner with the Klitschko's. He just beat Ollie Harrison, who's not a world beater, but it is, a small step up. He was calling out Tyson Fury for a while. Tyson Fury didn't want that fight. And now he gets the winner of Mitchell versus Arreola. Once again, this is a great matchup. To be a heavyweight, Arreola, he has a very, very durable chin. Even Vitaly Klitschko couldn't knock him out. He's been knocked down, but he's never been knocked out. So it'd be interesting to see if Deontay Wilder could knock him out or even win the fight, right? Like I said, this is a very good test for him. Now, if Wilder were to get past Arreola, I don't really know if he's going to fight the Klitschko's because, like I said, they work together, very closely, and they've been working together for quite some time. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how that all plays out. If the Klitschko's are just gonna pass the torch to Deontay Wilder, or if it's gonna be a showdown. So nevertheless, I think all these matchups are pretty interesting to say the least. Seth Mitchell versus Arreola and Wilder versus the winner. One thing I will complain about, though, is I think Arreola, he should have fought Seth Mitchell when Seth Mitchell was undefeated. That would have obviously been a much more intriguing fight, right? So now we get somewhat of the latter half of Seth Mitchell. He's already a washed-up ex-football playing, boxer now, which happens to a lot of the football players that try to, convert into being a boxer. It always happens. None of them are ever successful. But nevertheless, that's the fight we have. So, Arreola is going to knock Seth Mitchell out. And I really, really am looking forward to seeing Wilder versus Arreola. So that's my take on the heavyweight division right now. And I'll catch up with you guys. I'm on to the next one.